Here in Champaign, joined as I am at every stop along the way by BTN.com senior writer Tom Dienhart. His three big impressions. What stood out to you on your visit to Champaign?
Yeah, Dave, coming to Champaign, I heard a lot about this defensive line. I came away very impressed. I think, arguably, it's the best defensive line in the Big Ten West. One of the 3 or 4 best maybe in the Big Ten. Both these ends may be NFL players. You know, Dwayne Smoot is just a primo athlete off that edge. And Carroll Phillips is 6'3", 240, not real big, but very explosive. Inside, a couple big run stuffers, Chunky Clements, Rob Bain. And, Dave, they can roll 7 or 8 guys out there. And the Auburn transfer, Jamel President, I'm told has been a lot better than they anticipated.
Oh, it is a really impressive group. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Jerry and Howard and I talked a great deal about it, too. It is the strength of this team.
Oh, yeah.
Lovie Smith has talked about it. Hardy Nickerson discussed it as well. And that's a good area to have as your strength because there aren't many teams that can claim that kind of ability in the trenches. Where else?
You know, I talked to West Lund after practice. They want to commit to running the football. And obviously, to run the football, it helps to be able to throw it downfield to create some running room to do that. And there's some wide receivers to work with for West Lund here. Malik Turner's a nice wide out. Desmond Kane also looks pretty good. Justin Hardy. And Zach Grant is an interesting player, number 88, who's a high school teammate of West Lund's at Rochester, Illinois. He's had a good camp and could be a factor, Dave.
Yeah, he looks like a good safety valve for him, a guy who started his career at tiny St. Ambrose in Davenport, Iowa, and now here he is playing in the Big Ten. What's your final big impression?
You know, offensive line, I think there's some potential there. That line has got to get better. This was the worst rushing team in the Big Ten last year. You're not going to win at any level of football if you cannot run the ball, and it begins up front. Luke Butkus has some nice building blocks to work with, a couple seniors. Joe Spencer is a nice center. Christian Laro is a nice tackle as well. Austin Schmidt is a senior left tackle. The guard spots are still a little bit up in the air, but I think there's some potential there for this line to get a push. So there's some good balance on the offense.
That is an issue. That was a sore spot last year. You wonder a little bit about the depth there, but it looks like they could roll out a good 5, 6, 7, and then beyond that gets a little bit shaky.
And then they've got some decent running backs. Keyshawn Vaughn had the good true freshman season. I love Trey Nation as the 220-pound true freshman as well. So some nice options at running back.
Yeah, it's pretty clear Trey's going to see the field based on the discussion we had with Garrick McGee. He really likes him a great deal as well. Tom Dienhart from BTN.com. Good stuff as always. Final stop at Purdue tomorrow. Check in for Tom's 3 big impressions from there as well.